Welcome to Just Ranked, where four middle-aged men, slightly used men with a few missing parts from two different countries, give you their top four that week's musical topic. Oh my God. This week we're counting down the top disco songs of all time. Tracks that made people hustle, bump, boogie, and question whether polyester was even a good thing. It wasn't. So grab your gold chains, fluff up that chest hair, and get ready to stay alive as we strut through the classics and give you the top best four disco songs of all time. Jimmy, get it started.
I am ready to go and primed. Disco music. Yes, I am not ashamed to say that I enjoy disco music. Am I like a through and through fan? No, but I like the songs I like, and these are my four. I'm going to start off with, it's a pretty cool song. It's got some cool history, and it is by Whitehead and McFadden. Ain't no stopping us now.
Yeah.
We gotta move. Love this song.
Good song, man.
It's really, I'll get the charts. Number 10 US Billboard Disco, number 25 in Canada top singles, number 1 US Billboard Hot Soul. So it was a core song from the mainstream disco over to soul or R&B or black singles. There's so many different charts that kind of convoluted into that hot soul chart. It starts out with just a really funky bass line, and it's so awesome it grabs you right away. Excuse me. The two singers, Whitehead and McFadden, they were part of a songwriting team for I'm sorry, I have to say it right, Gamble and Huff in Philadelphia. They were the hit makers, and they went off on the side and did this song, and the higher ups were really upset with them and did not want to really have them release the song. They wanted to give this song to the OJs. So luckily, Whitehead and McFadden held their ground and got some money for life. Unfortunately, they passed away in the last handful of years here. But the song is really cool. It's got that just disco feel, that disco vibe, and again that funky bass line. So that's my number 4.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a nice pick, man. That didn't even come on my radar, and now I'm mad that as soon as it came out of your mouth, I'm like, fuck, where'd that? See, that's the problem.
Same here. It wasn't on my list. I was like, fuck.
Well, it could have been, but it didn't come on my radar. It's like, God damn it. So that's what sucks about doing these. And granted, this is a shorter time span, what we consider like 77 to 82 or something like that, right? I don't know.
Right. 82, 83, yep.
And so it's still hundreds of songs, right? Mm-hmm. So every now and then like this, I tried getting everything I knew, and that was one that fell through the cracks. But yeah, nice pick, man.
Well, disco took over the charts for about 4 years. It was dominant. Took over everything.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true
and
story.
I'm like you, Jimmy. I'm not a huge disco fan, so that one didn't reach my playlist because it just didn't. It's not a genre that I know. I feel like I'm comfortable in knowing a lot. I just know what I know, and that's what I like.
Yeah, I've always liked this song. As a child, we had a lot of R&B, gospel, soul music, as well as the classic rock staples and the 70s country. So I had just a multitude of different music being played in my home. So this was a song that got played fairly regularly. So, and I've always loved it.
Yeah, I guess I was fortunate to have 6 brothers and sisters, and so when I'm second youngest, I get inundated with different kinds, right? And everyone's listening to different styles, and obviously, disco. I was 8, not even that. 7, 6, right? Yeah. So, but even then, like I said, disco went through that thing we kind of talked about, the 80s rock and a couple of other genres too, yacht rock, where it was really big, and then after that, it became a big joke, right?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't again until maybe probably the 90s again, when the Bee Gees were starting to be considered, cool again. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about it in our 1977 show. Go back and watch just the quagmire of different music that was being played at that time. And that just kind of killed disco like Comiskey did. Got it right this time. Thank you, Dick. So, all right, I'm going to move on to number 3. This band is primarily an R&B funk band, but they had a couple disco tracks. And this is the Gap Band with You Dropped a Bomb on Me.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Rolling Stone ranked it number 96 of the 200 greatest dance songs of all time. So it made an impression there. I've always loved the Gap Band. So disco has kind of a happy, uplifting, melodic, danceable arc to it. But the story background, Charlie Wilson, the Gap Band has 3 Wilson brothers, depending on the time period. Legitimate
related.
brothers. Yes,
It's like the Taylor brothers.
it's
Not
not
brothers.
like Duran Duran. They're legitimate brothers. Charlie Wilson.
But Simon and Bonds is related to all of them.
But they are related to Duran Duran, ironically.
What the hell? What?
Simon Lou Wilson.
All right, go back to the Duran Duran show. Check out my faux pas. But he said
What?
the lyrics were inspired by the 1921 Tulsa race massacre. I'm not going to get into all of the horrible things that happened, but apparently it was the single worst incident of racial violence in the United States in history. 2 days of bad doings. So go back and research that on your own. I'm not going to go further into that. But what he did do, he kind of circumvented some of the scary words and put disco words into it to make it flow. But the song was inspired by that negative happening. So, but the song is fucking amazing, and I've always loved the Gap Band. So that's my number 3.
Yeah, that was a great pick, man. Yeah, no, and sorry.
Fine.
Well, Joe, you inhaled. I was like, you're going to say something, so I won't say something.
I thought I was muted for a second. So I got to unmute first. No,
It's all right. There's a hockey game on somewhere.
No, there's not. No. Oh, my team's lost today.
I turned my TV off.
I unplugged everything.
No, this song was number 6 on my list. It's such a good song. I love this song so much. Cool story though not cool story, because again, Tulsa Massacre is not a good thing. But most Americans didn't learn about this until a 2019 superhero show.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
The background of the Watchmen TV show was the Tulsa Massacre, and everyone's like,
Oh, wow.
what? All of us, dude. Every one of us. We're like, what? I never heard about this.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Weird, but yeah, that's how bad Americans are at history, and yeah, how some things we like to just forget. So.
Well, there's also regional news that doesn't make it to the rest of the country.
Correct. Yeah.
And there's also racial divide there, white newspapers and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So it's the horrible side of racial tensions and whatnot.
It's an unusual happy song for the subject matter. I had no idea, so I didn't.
Yeah.
It was my list. I never investigated and did any notes on it, but that's interesting. A song that brings joy to you is not about joy.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I didn't even consider the Gap Band.
Well, they're like I said, they're primarily an R&B funk band.
Right.
But they did have
even some like
songs.
With my list, a couple of songs I'd say would lean more to funk and R&B with disco elements.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So,
Fair enough.
Because even one of them, I did 3 AI searches to see if they actually this song and they were disco, and 2 out of 3 dentists recommended, so I went with it.
You went from AI to dentist,
right? Well, if you,
two of the 3 AIs said it was disco, so that's disco. And disco elements and post disco, so it's disco.
If you look up disco and the meaning of it, and the formation of disco, most of it's R&B based, funk based.
Right. Funk R&B, disco elements.
Yeah,
right.
With the symphonic orchestral element.
Yeah.
And that funky, sexy, slimy guitar.
Slinky wrists. Go back to our first episode ever, Van Halen.
Creamy,
get that reference.
creamy sound.
All right.
Pick a walrus.
So I'll move on. I'll move on here. Number 2, this song has so many notes, and I had to condense it into just a couple sentences. I've always loved this song. It is Sylvester, You Make Me Feel.
Yeah.
There is so many cool notes. This guy was a trendsetter, did a lot of things to help the LGBTQ community and himself.
Good.
He started out as a gospel singer, and he was really, really into it and loved it. And the church said, "Hey, can you bring your sexuality down a little bit and just sing?" And he said, "Pound sand," and went off and started singing other stuff. And the first album, he introduced the world to the Pointer Sisters. They were his backup singers until they broke out and got their own deals.
Wow.
And then after that, he introduced the world to Martha Walsh.
Oh.
She was on 3 of his albums, possibly a 4th. There's kind of a gray area there with some credits and whatnot and songwriting stuff. But she was a huge influence on him. But the music is fucking cool. There's kind of an androgyny thing to the video again, Video Baby. But the song is really infectious. The drums are a little different from the normal disco beat, but they're still a disco beat. There's a cool syncopation going on there, and that's what's really pulled me into the song. But the song is just really fucking cool. Q magazine, which is a Brit magazine, not familiar with it, said it's in their list of 1,001 best songs ever. The Library of Congress, the National Registry, put it into the registry in 2023. Rolling Stone says it's number 399 of 500 best songs of all time. Wow. Forbes ranks it number 13 of the 30 greatest disco songs. So the charts itself, number 1 U.S. dance chart, number 20 hot R&B, number 25 the Dutch charts, number 2 in Canada dance. It recharted in 1994 in the UK and got to number 16 dance. That's my number 2. You Make Me Feel, Sylvester. Go back and check this song out. It's badass.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like probably every song we pick on this list is timeless. That song will never go away.
No.
Ever. No matter what the flavor of the month, the flavor of the year is, it's always gonna be a good song.
Yep.
And I know the song, but I didn't even think of it for this list, and I should have.
It's so awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I am.
But again, it's my lack of knowledge of disco, as I think.
Understandable.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Was that
so
big?
excited that you picked it because I caught it last night. So,
wow. All right.
Nice.
And Martha Walsh is CNC Music Factory and Black Box.
Yes.
Yes.
I saw CNC Music Factory in concert.
Did she sing with somebody else too? The Weathermen, maybe?
She was not only was she a front end singer, but she did a lot of studio work.
Yeah, lots of gospel albums.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, great pick.
All right. So I guess we forgot to do it. Samesies.
I'll go.
That's what I was gonna say.
One. Maybe.
One.
Well, you're this far in. I'm gonna go 1 as well.
I'll say 2.
See, I was gonna at the beginning. I would have said 3, but we're this far in. I'm gonna go 2.
Frozen.
I'm going 2. So I'm gonna pull it back in. This one, I am curious to see how you react to it. It's my number 1 disco song. So I'm going to read a sentence by a producer and the song's co-writer before I reveal the song name.
Deal.
Desmond Child said Paul wanted to write a good disco song, so I decided to help him. It was a conscious effort to prove how easy it was to write a disco song. This song is by Kiss, and I Was Made for Loving You.
I thought about it too. Fuck. Oh shit.
Really?
It's very. I've always said they're the disco of hard rock.
Yep.
They really are.
Yep. So I didn't write down charts or anything, but there's a little bit of history. Gene Simmons, Peter Criss, and Ace Frehley fucking hated the song. They did not want to do it, but they did it. Peter Criss isn't even on the song. It's Anton Fig. The producer said that Peter Criss was unfit to record. So Anton Fig came in, who is a fucking genius drummer, recorded the song, but Peter Criss still hates the song. Gene Simmons says to this day, he hates playing the song, but they still put it in their list. What else? It's the second gold single that Kiss had. Top 10 on all charts except for UK and Sweden. But that's pretty much it. Oh, Rolling Stone, a famous quote. Rolling Stone said, "The Kiss Army is going to mutiny when they hear this song." But
I did for a little while. But regular fans, like, it's funny you have it as your number one, but regular fans that aren't massive Kiss fans, this is their favorite song by Kiss.
I had this album as a kid and I loved it.
I'm not a big Kiss fan and I like this song a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
and there was a list of like 32 TV shows that this song has been in, and TikTok just revived it. Played faster. But yeah, it's a huge song. That's my list.
You know, I like I said, I've always called Kiss that, and I always mentioned it wasn't a diss on them. It's just that that's all I could ever hear, because people are like, "Oh, this is a great rock song." I'm like, it sounds like disco to me. And not that it's bad, because like I said, I like a lot of disco. Because a lot of funk, again, will be categorized, as you see my list, as under funk. Same thing. There's an overlap there, right?
Crossover, yeah.
So yeah, great, and a very poignant pick by somebody who I would expect to make this kind of pick. So, oh, nice pick. No, that wasn't a diss. I'm just saying, that wasn't a diss. Oh my lord!
Someone like you.
That's a good pick for you.
For you.
I didn't read it that way.
Since, the Americans are fighting as normal, I'm going to pass it off to Chris. Chris, give us your 4 best top favorite disco songs.
Okay, so like Jimmy said, he wasn't a huge disco. What would you say? You weren't like a big disco fan?
I said the opposite, that I like disco.
No, but like it's not your main.
It's not my main thing, but I'm not afraid to turn it up if it comes up.
So I thought I was like you. I thought I liked disco and and then when I started listening, like, turns out I'm just a Bee Gees fan, because I could have done my top 4 as Bee Gees songs.
Okay, fair enough. That's pretty common.
Yeah, I can say that.
So what I did was, I thought when we did this list, I thought it was going to be easy. I'll just go through my playlist, because I know I have disco songs in other playlists that I just have. But when I was doing it, I realized I never put more than 2 or 3 disco songs together, because I can't listen more 2 or 3 of them at a time.
Fair enough.
In a row.
Fair enough.
In a row.
Having said that, there was a point like because my sisters were big into disco. I had 2 older sisters, so Staying Alive was huge in my house and my family. I remember having the vinyl and opening the album and having the inside with the lit up, with John Travolta standing on the lit up floor.
Yeah.
But anyways, when I started going through the list, I noticed there was a lot of Bee Gees stuff, a couple of ballads that I stayed away from, because I don't really think that they're necessarily disco, because they aren't really dance songs. But my number 4 kind of surprised me, because I forgot I even had this on a playlist, but it is, and I honestly think I originally went to this song because of the name, because it made me smile. It is Boogie Oogie Oogie by A Taste of Honey.
Oh, yeah.
I had to stop myself from singing.
Yeah, right. So that's what it is. Like, it's a song that I fucking always catch myself singing when I'm listening to it. And like, as much as I said I'm not a huge disco fan, whenever I listen to a disco song, I'm not sad afterwards. Disco music doesn't make me usually sad, right? It's upbeat, gets you in a good mood.
No.
I have it on
unless you're mending a broken heart.
Yeah.
Right. Which I am.
Anyways, what I have for notes, it was from 78. It was topped the soul and disco charts. In September 78, it became Capitol Records' first platinum single.
Wow.
The group won the Grammy for Best New Artist in 1979.
Nice.
It was Canada Top Singles number 2, Disco number 1, US Hot 100, Soul Singles, Disco, and Cashbox all hit number 1 in the US.
I believe
But
it.
the fact that it was the stat that I didn't know that kind of blew me was the Capitol Records' first platinum single.
Yeah,
that
that's amazing.
That is cool.
Dutch number 32. Apparently, they didn't really like it as much as we did.
We still like them.
So for you vinyl hunters out there, if you're ever looking for this, apparently in different countries it was released in different colors.
Oh, really?
So
I love that.
So if you get a copy from some nations, Mexico was in red, France was honey colored, they call it.
Oh, nice.
So also, I didn't realize this, but the song was used in one of the Grand Theft video games, The Ballad of Gay Tony.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that expansion.
I wasn't a big Grand Theft, so I didn't realize that. But the reason I like the song is it's catchy, it gets me singing, it puts me in a good mood. Not much more than that, really, guys. I don't have a ton of notes on it. It was number 1 in Canada Disco, number 2 in RPM. Like I said, number 1 Billboard Hot Souls single Cashbox. That alone makes it legendary, I think. But that's my number 4.
Great pick, man. Again, I don't think anyone's gonna have a wrong pick on this. They're really not, you know.
I didn't honestly look up a lot of notes on the band A Taste of Honey. I just have their Wikipedia pulled up, but I don't really. More about the song for me, really.
Well,
because I don't really listen to anything else by them. I got to be honest with you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I can see that. Yeah.
Well, 2 notes. Nile Rodgers was a big producer of a lot of disco music, and this was one of the songs that Nile and Bernard worked on with. So this song is infectious. I remember roller skating in St. Louis Park at the Roller Gardens to this song.
I remember roller skating to in the Bracebridge Memorial Center. They'd take the ice out in the summertime, and they would have roller skate on Saturday, Sunday afternoons.
Yep.
Disco balls, the lights, and stuff like that. And the same thing. I remember going there, renting roller skates and skating around to this. And the real mix of stuff between this and the Jake Giles band,
right, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto's by Sticks, and all this shit. It was great. It was a huge mishmash of potpourri, if you will, of music.
Right. And anyone that played hockey knew how to skate, right? So all the other people are falling all over the place. We're skating backwards.
That's awesome. I love that pick.
Went too far here. All right, my number 3. This is the one where, at first, when I looked it up and I typed into an AI, "Is this disco?" It said, "Yes, this is considered disco with funk elements." Blah blah blah. Next AI said, "No, this is not considered disco." Third one said, "Yes, this is considered disco." So we went with disco. It is the SOS Band. Take Your Time.
Yes! God, I wanted to put the song on there.
Again, another roller skating song, if you want, for me. It was the first single off their debut album. Again, another band who I'm not really huge into, but this song really caught me. It's on a couple of playlists for mine. I didn't realize until we started doing this, I didn't have a select disco. It just slid into like an easy listening list or a funk list or an R&B list. That's why I was questioning whether it was kind of disco or not. It was the first single off their debut album. Spent 21 weeks on the U.S. charts. U.S. Hot 100. It got to number 3, number 1 on the disco, soul singles, and the Cashbox. The album went gold, and the single went platinum in the U.S. But it wasn't a major hit in anywhere else, really, in the world. I think it got to number 9 or number 10 in Norway, number 27 in Canada. I don't think it was in the top 30 in any other country in the world that I could find.
Wow.
But again, one of those songs that catches me. It could be on a driving list. I could have it on funk list. That's all I got.
Easily. Great pick, man. Great pick.
2 quick notes. I've seen SOS Band live, and they're fucking amazing.
Nice.
2, as a child, I had this actual vinyl album and played it all the time. SOS was another great song. Dit, 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 dash, 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 dit, dit, dit. Was on that album. It was a great album. This bass line, it doom 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 doom.
Yeah.
It is so awesome. I love this.
That hooks you in, right?
Yeah, this was on my short list. Great pick.
Also, I didn't know this until I was doing this, that SOS stood for Sounds of Success.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Or if I knew that, I had forgotten it, because again, like, it's not a song or a band I listen to all the time. It just kind of is there once in a while. I remember it being there in background, like roller skating or at somebody's party or house party, and they'd have it on a playlist, right?
Yeah.
Especially my sisters when they would have people over, because they're a little bit older. Anyways, that is my number 3. I can move on to number 2, which is, this is where we get into the Bee Gees section of the evening. And this might be a basic bitch song for some people, but it's iconic for me, and it is Night Fever by the Bee Gees. By the Bee Gees.
BJs. Wow.
BJs.
The Bee Gees.
You're on the wrong podcast.
That was earlier.
Bee Gees. That was for the OnlyFans.
That is a different kind of night fever.
That was the pre-show.
But for me, this, before I go into anything, like how, first of all, it's an iconic song. But for me, it's a song that I have it on a driving list. I have it on a dinner list. I have it on a late night chill list. I have it on a like feel good list or a party list. Like, it's a song that just fits in so many situations for me. Like, and it was in the background of so many, like, the soundtrack of our lives. I've said before, at parties, in the background at like grocery stores, shopping centers.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this song. And I love the Bee Gees. I love their sound. I love their voices. I love how they go high pitched they can be and like in tune.
Falsetto, yeah. Very, very well produced.
Right. So Night Fever itself is obviously from Saturday Night Fever soundtrack. Debuted at 76 in the Hot 100, and then within a week went up 44 spots to 32.
Wow.
Then made its way up to number 1, going like, I can't remember what this exact. I do actually have it here. Hold on a second. I have the notes how it went. It was because it was kind of cool to read the way it went down. It moved from 44 to 32. Then it went to 17. Then it went to 8. Then it went to 5. Then it went to 2, and it went to 1. Remained at 1 for 8 weeks, and for 5 of those weeks, Staying Alive was number 2.
Wow.
Right.
It's a good run for them.
Right. 13 weeks in the top 10. I can't. Oh, how many countries? Like, I'm gonna say fucking number 1 in Brazil, number 1 in Canada, number 1 in Canadian. It was adult contemporary number 1 and RPM top singles number 1 in Canada. Finland number 1. Spain number 1. UK singles number 1. US Billboard Hot 100 number 1. US Cashbox number 1. Billboard 19 adult contemporary R&B singles number 8, and the Hot 100 and the Dance Club Play number 3.
Yeah.
Just an iconic song.
Massive.
Even the Finns are dancing.
Right. It was platinum in Canada, 2 times platinum in the US.
Wow.
Yeah, there was one of those acts, man. We were talking about with, who was it? Chris Cornell. Very much like Chris Cornell, they can go in their falsetto and not lose any power in their voice at all.
Yeah.
No, which is hard to do for anybody or in either gender. So, yeah, of course, and they've got
not all Barry, right?
No.
Very
and in fact, my favorite Bee Gees songs are ballads. They're so good in those ballads, all of them together when they're doing that. Like,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
geeking out a little bit.
No, I mean, you're right, man. And
like,
Jimmy,
how deep is your love? They're so amazing on that, right? Like,
yep. And Jimmy said they're ultra produced, right? But they still had a very distinct sound. It was very glossy, very pretty music. Right? But yeah, they're very, very good.
And Australian.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
yes,
That's right. Yes, Australian.
I was waiting for that. Well, we can talk about them more because my number one is also a Bee Gees song.
Well, real quick, what's crazy about Saturday Night Fever and the Bee Gees, it took the world by storm and it exploded. And the crazy thing is previous to the disco era, they were a folk band.
Mm-hmm.
Their biggest hit was "I Started a Joke," and that was in the '60s, and that was Robin singing that. Yeah,
right.
Well, in Saturday Night Fever, I remember being so big that even my parents were listening to it. Like my
Don't
sisters
touch the
would put it
hair.
on. Yeah, don't touch the hair. I work a long time with my hair.
Well, it's like very much like a very how many 80s soundtracks, right? Where that entire soundtrack took over the popular culture, right?
It's funny you say that because I think that's where my love of soundtracks came in. My parents were into it, my sisters were into it, and then it segued from this into Xanadu.
Oh, geez,
a huge soundtrack in my house, right? Like, and then to get away from disco a little bit, Chariots Fire was a big thing in my house too. Like, I think that all of these albums became like why I'm so big into soundtracks, even today, right?
I don't
in peace, Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, double whammy there. No, I don't think there's another decade that had soundtracks like the 80s did, right? I mean,
right.
So,
right. As much as we shit on the 80s for being like shitty sometimes, I love the soundtracks and the music from that time.
Yeah. That might be an upcoming 2026 episode.
You never know.
80s soundtracks?
Yeah.
I better write that down.
Teaser? I wrote it down somewhere, but I think I lost it.
Yeah, Chris, we're doing that show in the future. So
it's all
Let me know a week before we're good. Let me know a week before we're fine.
Season 2 coming at you.
Did you hear what I said? Chris is all Eye of the Tiger anyway.
Speaking of soundtrack,
Eye of the Tiger. Anyways, so if nothing else, I'll go into my number one, which is also, I'm not lying, is a Bee Gees song, and it's Tragedy.
Oh,
it's my favorite bad Bee Gees song. I did it again. Bee Gees song is my favorite Bee Gees song of all time. And again, it's like for me, it's the chorus. It gets me in there. Their voices are so good together.
Yeah.
It's got elements of funk for sure, and probably R&B, but the chorus for me is totally disco. I think personally.
Yeah, I agree.
It is from their 15th album, really. Spirits Have Flown. They wrote this in Too Much Heaven in an afternoon while they're on break for filming of Sgt. Pepper's and the Lonely Hearts Club. And it was written by all three of them, Barry, Robin, and Maurice. I
mean, they were so big they survived that remake. So,
Right. It also hit the Billboard Top 100 again in 1998 when British pop group Steps did a version of it. Also, was used in a version that it was also used in the film Beetlejuice. I don't know. Do you want me to read all the number one countries that it went to? Because it's a fucking ton of them. Like number one in the US, Cashbox, World Singles, Hot 100, UK Singles number one, Spain number one, New Zealand number one, Italy, Ireland, France, Europe, Canada top singles, all number one.
I'm not surprised. As soon as you said the title, it started playing in my head. So
right. And that's another one that it can be on a driving playlist for me. It can be on a like chilling out fucking for me. I will get lost in that song. I love that song. There's not a lot of disco songs where I use that thinks I love this song, but this is one of them. And I love the Bee Gees. We could do an episode of the Bee Gees. I'd be happy.
Oh yeah.
I can do it.
I can do it. Yep.
Well, one note is really fucking hard not to sing all these awesome songs.
And like I said before, like I don't feel sad after hearing any of these songs. Doesn't even matter.
Right.
Like depends.
Right.
They put me in a good mood, or they what it is, they release endorphins or whatever it is.
Dopamine, yeah.
Gives me goose pimples on my legs, whatever it is, right?
I think it's funny that none of us are probably diehard disco fans, but I found when I was listening to the songs, and they all kind of stay with me since childhood, but it's much like you were saying, like they just get stuck in your head. They were stuck in my head for the past week.
Yep.
They stay with you, and I think that's why
Even
they
if
stayed
I'm
with
singing
us
the
since
wrong
we were
lyrics,
kids,
it's
right?
stuck in my head.
Because of the
Absolutely.
feel-good thing, right? And then I'm in the kitchen singing. Well, I won't tell you what I'm singing, but it's my turn soon. But you're singing one of your songs that you picked.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
Yeah,
this
right.
is already on the list. I've been
Well,
singing
I
it
had
the
somebody
last
at work
hour.
go, I had somebody at work look at me and go, "Are you singing a disco song?" I'm like, "That's right."
Fuck yeah, I am.
I gotta
Are
walk
you
away.
singing
Sorry.
jive talking?
He's walking away doing
Yeah.
this thing.
Oh, hey, number 5. Number 5 on my list.
It's for a list. Don't look. It's for a list.
Right.
Anyways,
Funny.
that is my list, guys.
That's an awesome
I
list.
pass it
No, it's good.
off to Ding.
Good.
Great picks, man. No one's gotten anything wrong yet. We're 8 for 8.
Oh,
so
no,
far.
and no, I'm surprised that there's been. I thought for sure we would have a double early on.
For sure.
I only said I don't think we're gonna have one, but I only said one to be safe.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna have 2.
I said 2 to be. Yeah.
I was playing the prices right, so $1.
Right. That was a good
Fuck
edit.
you. Fuck you and your dog.
Fuck you.
Hate those assholes.
Yeah, those guys fuck everybody. Right. Or
I
500.
literally yell at
501.
the TV, "You can suck my dick" every time they do that.
All right.
What do you
And
got?
I would be the guy, and I would totally be the guy doing it if I was on it.
I'd be like $2. Fuck off, Brenda.
Right.
Go fuck yourself, Brenda.
Oh shit.
All right, what do you got, Dick?
He's got glitching.
So I guess it's me, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I did. Pass.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're next. Yep.
All right. I will again, like 91, the show. I will talk kind of fast because I am glitching. You guys are freezing. Like I said, it's this Winnipeg
No, you're
internet.
glitching. We're not freezing.
I have I'm with you on the Bee Gees. So I have Triple D here, Dink's Disco disclaimer. I have a suit. Well, I have a couple disclaimers, smothered in D and underwear. The first one is the Super 6. So without talking, because we didn't talk at all, I didn't know which way you guys were going. And it's funny you said you could do a Bee Gees episode because I totally agree. So I left 6 big artists off that I thought we might do shows on that have massive catalogs, or just to maybe make it easier and go with the singular shots. So I left, and they aren't all disco, but they have disco elements. I left Bee Gees, Earth, Wind and Fire, Chic, Kool and the Gang, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and Donna Summer. All 6 of those I left off. Okay. And then I cut my disco right at 80, and Upside Down by Diana Ross, sorry, Joe, if you have it, would be on my list, but it's right after the Demolition. So I left it off. So it's really a 7 spot that I left.
It was
off.
number 5 for me.
So then I could roll out the songs I want. I know we don't have honorable mentions, and I know in the 70s one-hit wonders I had Love Is in the Air, but John Paul Young did not make this list. Sorry.
Hey, Joe, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not.
So number 4 is, after all that bullshit said, Thelma Houston,
Nice.
Don't Lead Me This Way.
Nice.
Classic, right? Came out in 76 on the Any Way You Like It album. Was originally recorded in 75 by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, but Houston's version transformed into a high energy dance floor classic. Number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 77, number 1 on the US dance charts. Earned her a Grammy Award for a female R&B vocal performance. A classic. If you buy a compilation with the greatest disco songs, this song is going to be on it.
No, absolutely.
Oh, easily, yes.
And it has stayed with me since I was a kid. It's the one I was just talking about that I was singing the other day, right? So I'm like, of course this is going to be on my list. Later it became LGBTQ club anthem through the 70s and 80s, right? Largely due to its themes of longing, liberation, and emotional intensity.
Yep.
But yeah, a disco staple. That is my number 4, Thelma Houston. That's it.
Nice.
You guys talk while I freeze.
No, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. And
Fuck, I actually did freeze just there. Fuck.
You are free. Yes, that's fucking hilarious.
Oh, that was perfect timing, man.
Edit to a drink. That's a great pick. I love this song. How could you not? I love the message. I love that it became an anthem. I just really enjoy this song. And again, so you guys don't understand, we talked and we're not going to be singing the songs while people are talking, and it is so
Very
hard. And one of the things
hard, right?
doing was tapping on the table while people are talking and driving the Spotify listeners crazy. As soon as he said what my next pick, I wanted to do a drum roll. So I am doing my best to not blow your ears out.
I've already blown it twice. I've sang twice now, but it's hard, man.
It's hard.
That's a great pick, brother.
Yeah, great pick.
All right. On to number 3.
Number 3.
I will talk fast for this one again and then freeze right after. That's perfect, though. I'd rather have that.
It's working. I'll spin the ball to divert.
Right. So this one was a bit like the 2 out of 3 dentist for Chris. I love this song, but I was like, fuck, is this a disco song?
Grace Jones eating Cheetos, disco chefs making beans, using lots of Crisco.
So anyway, so my number 3 is the Four Seasons, December 1963, 01 and 9. Some people don't consider it a disco song. It is a disco song.
It has the elements.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I agree.
So obviously released in December 75. It's part of the group's album Who Loves You. Became a number 1 in the UK singles chart, number 1 in the Billboard Hot 100 in 76. Topped the charts in Canada as well. The song was written by longtime group member and keyboardist Bob Gaudio and his then fiancee, later wife Judy Parker. Originally titled December 5th, 1933, meant to celebrate the end of Prohibition, and the lyrics were revised at the urging of Frankie Valli to make it a little more radio-friendly and a little more of a nostalgic story for youthful romance in 63. The weird thing about the song is because Frankie Valli is so big in the Four Seasons, right? He doesn't sing the lead on it, where the songwriter sings the lead and Valli sings the bridge part. So yeah, I've loved this song since I was a kid. It had a resurgence in 93. It was remixed by a DJ and I think it went to the top of the charts again. I remember in college it was being played at all the fucking bars and stuff, and I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. This is all right. Yeah, that's my number 3. Four Seasons.
Yeah, that song was my top. Yeah, I have to check my list. It's my top 10. I remember that much, but yeah, good song, dude. And I that's why I agree with you, because I with all my songs, like, is this? And finally got to the point. It's like, okay, if I've heard it at a disco station or if I've seen a disco playlist, where maybe it's disco.
It's disco.
I mean, and that song definitely has disco elements. So I was like, okay, yeah. So it made my top 10. A great song, man. I fucking love this song. So
this song, like you said, Dink, when you're going to clubs, and it was back in the 90s, right? It got fucking killed for me when I worked in the clubs, when I worked in bars. And that's why it wasn't on my list.
You're going to hear it every night.
It is absolutely. I'd work 3 nights a week and I would hear it every night, maybe sometimes twice a night, because they would play it early on when nobody was there, and they would play it again when everybody was fucking there, right?
Like, yeah.
Right.
I got so sick of this fucking song. But no offense to the song. It was just like, I can't hear the song yet.
Right.
Yeah, I could have swore, and I'm not going to look it up now, but I could have swore it was part of a soundtrack, and that's why I make a research. Could have been the remake or the remix of it.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
But yeah,
well,
great.
while he's looking, I'll go on to my number 2 while I'm not frozen. My number 2 is Cheryl Lynn, Got to Be Real. Fucking love this song. Released in October 78, one of the definitive anthems of the disco era. Song peaked at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 1 on the U.S. R&B chart. Staple of dance floors throughout the late 70s. Co-written by Cheryl Lynn, and David Page of Toto and David Foster. So I got some Toto in there. It's like Toto's turned into my Prince. Like I find a way to get some Toto in there. I didn't even actually know that until I researched. I'm like, oh, right on.
Because they're literally everywhere at this time. They're literally everywhere.
Fucking right they were. Track stands out for its blend of funk-driven rhythm guitar, dynamic horns, and her fucking voice. Like,
yeah.
And it's in a number of films. Jackie Brown, 13 going on 30. I didn't write them all down because who gives a shit? In the end, right? Really. Sherilyn's rise is almost remarkable as the song itself. She was discovered after a stopping appearance on The Gong Show. If you remember The Gong Show.
Okay, I do remember that. That's fucking hilarious. I had no idea. I did not know that.
From Hollywood, almost live, it's The Gong Show.
I don't remember specifics, but I remember my parents watching that show and they got somebody with the big fucking gong. Yeah, I remember that. Wow.
Right.
Well, Chuck Barris was apparently in the CIA.
That's my number 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, going back to your last song, it wasn't on a soundtrack, except it was on the Jersey Boys.
Oh.
So, and it was around that same time.
All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yeah, The Gong Show, Chuck Berry. What a weirdo.
Yeah, that's maybe what you're thinking of, Joe.
Yeah, it's great.
All right,
song.
my number 1's easy. If you've been following along, I as much as I said I left Love Is in the Air off, I did not leave my number 1 off. My number 1 was on the 70s One Hit Wonder show. So go back and watch it because I'm not going to regurgitate all those notes, although I did write them down again for some reason. But it is Amy Stewart, Knock on Wood.
Oh, yeah.
Amy Stewart, Knock on Wood is my favorite disco song since I was a kid. It will always be my favorite disco song. I love that fucking song. And I actually mean it when I say it. I probably exaggerate on the other ones. They're like fake LOLs. But I do really love this song.
Fake LOL.
Right.
All those hundreds of other songs I've talked about in other shows, I fucking hate them. But this song,
You're really.
Hey.
But yeah, it's like I said, blah 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 blah. It's great. It's a great song. That's it. If you want to know more information on Knock on Wood, I strongly suggest you watch our 70s One Hit Wonder show. It's a great show, and we could use the numbers.
Right, we really could on that one.
that one's
You know what? On that show, I wanted to bring up something. I may have, I just don't remember. But in Roadhouse, they redid that song.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Did
with
Jeff Healey do it?
Did.
Jeff Healey do it?
Mhm.
I don't remember.
With
that.
the actress, I can't
Yes,
remember
he
her
did.
name now.
A little CanCon there, Jeff Healey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Great guitarist.
Fucking right. Rest in
He's
peace
not-
all over that
I can-
movie.
I'm
right?
blind, but I
Well,
can see
him and
just a
Pat
little
S,
bit.
I mean.
I'm blind, but I can see just a little bit, Jeff Healey. I told you that story about Gunner was escorted into the stage. Yeah. I'll let you in a little secret. I can see a little bit.
I can see a little bit.
You can see a little bit.
I can make out the frets on the guitar.
Right. But anyway, that's my list, boys. Disco is great. I will pass it off to
For the
Joe
real
to
list.
finish strong.
Solid
So, you
gold
know-
right there, Dink. Solid
Yeah,
gold.
great picks. Again,
Great
seriously, I mean, there's not one I disagreed with, not even with the Kiss one. I agree with all of them. I agree. Great picks, guys. And again, even though it's one genre, a plethora of different kinds of sounds with all 12 of those songs. So, nice picks.
I kind of thought it was going to be the Bonham episode all over again when I picked that song. So
Oh, here we go.
I'm Joe with the fruit flies.
All right. Yeah, they're the worst, man. I don't know. We haven't
they're
had
the
them for a while, but yeah, we had fruit flies for the first time ever. I'm like, where the hell are these things? from?
Oh, I've been chasing them around here tonight, actually.
Oh, we chased them
Before we
up
got
north.
on.
That's what happened to them. Chase them around Minnesota. Yeah. So like you guys, there was a little bit of struggle at first when I started going through my list because of some song. There's a couple songs like, yeah, that's disco, and then a couple of other ones like, I know that's disco because that hit number one. But this first one was like, this got disco elements, but again, it's funk, you know. So I struggled at first with what is disco. When it came to other stuff, there wasn't plainly, oh, that's for sure disco, right? I mean, if it's not Bee Gees. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, like we're talking about. Is it funk? Is it R&B?
Right.
Is it a combination of all three? Probably, yes. But this band probably has more names than John Cougar Mellencamp. No, we're not talking about Jefferson Airplane or Jefferson Starship. We're talking about this band was originally known as first the Parliaments, and then the Funkadelic,
Oh,
and then
nice.
Parliament, and then Parliament Funkadelic, and eventually George Clinton and P-Funk All-Stars. This occurred when they were the Funkadelic. And this is One Nation Under Groove, baby.
I knew you were gonna have these guys. I don't know.
There's no way it couldn't, man, especially this song. Again,
I
I've
mean,
talked about before.
there's-
Joe Burkle in Chaska, Minnesota, old fucking farm town. The only guy listening to Parliament Funkadelic. This is the cow udder up here. I don't know what's going on.
Sweet.
This song was written by George Clinton and Walter Morrison and Gary Scheider. While Clinton produced it, like he did with all the Funkadelics and Parliament stuff. Is Funkadelic's first million-selling single.
Wow.
Now, this song was a little bit different for them because it was now less rock, because their previous stuff was kind of considered rock. This album specifically, which is One Nation Under Groove, was very much more funk / disco pop, less rock, more of the clean guitar stuff, less of the dirty guitar stuff, right? But according to Tom Vickers, who served as the Minister of Information for Parliament Funkadelic from 76 to 1980, this song was written after an impromptu performance in front of the United Nations with a woman who accompanied George Clinton to the event, witnessed a UN worker hoisting flags up the flagpoles. And Clinton asked the woman what she thought, what she thought about what she was seeing, and she goes, "One Nation Under the Groove, baby." I'm like, all right. Even that's not a true story, it's a good story, right?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Sometimes a good story is better than a true story. So who knows if it's really true?
It's real. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was placed in the list of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. Irony, because I guess this is their first song that really was not rock centric, right? Number 474 in the Rolling Stone magazine's list of 500 greatest songs of all time. So I just made it. And personally, I think it should be higher, but it's 500 songs of all time. What you can do? It's in there. That's my number 4. Funkadelics, One Nation Under a Groove.
Love it. You know how hard it was to not sing One Nation Under a Groove?
Yeah, baby.
It was really hard. But I talk sang it, so I got it out of my system.
Talk saying. Well, I was talking about before the last show. I forget what it was. Where I picked these guys for another show. I have
Flashlight.
a bad memory. What's that?
Flashlight.
Yeah, I forget what. Oh, well, 77.
7.
77. You're right. What? Yeah. And I said, well, I probably never get a chance to talk about these guys again. Well, lo and behold, just a handful of shows later, here it is. Again, this album is great, much less this title track. It's so good. So there's no way I could not have it. So there you go. Number 4.
Great fucking music.
Yeah, great song. Awesome.
I'm pretty sure my number 3, even though I think it's been picked by Jimmy in a previous show. I could not have it. It is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, yes. God.
When what generally happens is I go, the wife goes, what shows are coming up you're going to record? Or I go, it's disco and another one. And she's like, so we'll start listening to disco playlist, right? She'll right away in the car or wherever we're at in the living room, she'll put on a disco playlist. And this was the first song. And she looks at me, she goes, "You're having this song, right?" I'm like, "Yes, this song is for sure." I mean, I had to. Jimmy, you did have this on another show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So not to be a samesies from a different show, but there's no way I couldn't have this. One of those songs we talked about in the past. I can't get sick of this song. Just like
2 or 3 songs I wanted on this list. Like, fuck.
And I know Jimmy.
Fuck.
And I knew I was 99% sure Jimmy had a previous show, so I was like, none of that stopped me. I'm going to stop going and worrying about who else picked something in the past or if somebody's got a big show coming up. I'm still going to pick what I think. I think I go back to what I feel. I feel better about my picks that way. But I'm sorry if I'm repeating the same stuff Jimmy wrote or said in that show, but this song took a whole month to write. And that's all they worked on for a month was this song.
That's totally new information because I wasn't listening when Jimmy was talking. I was watching a baseball game.
That's supposed to admit to it.
Sorry, man.
Okay, if you ever do that again, I'll just fix your eyes digitally. So even though your face is changing like this, I'll just move your eyes.
Give him some big googlies.
Some Google. You're such an asshole.
I think you might have brought this up too, but do you ever talk about where the body came from?
Nope.
Another. I told my wife Gina. I said when I read this, like, there's no way I got this is one of the best notes of any song I've ever heard, and it doesn't involve Jizzy Pearl. Guitarist Al McKay and vocalist Maurice White were collaborated on the song, and over a span of 1 month, right? Initially, Willis was just displeased with the nonsensical "body ya" lyric that White kept on singing. And he's like, finally, he was confused and just got irritated. He's like, what the fuck does body ya mean? And White's response was so great. He just simply said, who the fuck cares? And at that point, it taught Willis a valuable lesson in songwriting. Never let the lyrics overshadow the groove.
Right?
That's hilarious.
That's right.
I fucking love it because it's just something. It was probably just a placeholder that he put through in there, and it just stuck and sounded good. He's like, "We're keeping it," and
That's great.
There's Willis is like, "What the fuck does that mean?" I thought
Fuck, I can't help but sing it.
Exactly. Maurice White claimed he simply chose the 21st due to how it sounded when it was sung. So no specific date. The vocalist Philip Bailey says the group's best song. So hard, and with their giant catalog, it's so hard to argue whether this is it's my favorite song of theirs. I think
it's their highest charting song next
to
The Love Is Gone.
Yeah, it sold 6 million copies in the United States alone. I mean, it was absolutely huge. And again, timeless, hasn't gone away, still there. That's my number 3, September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I got 2 notes. You can't post it on socials on the 21st night of September because they block it for copyright. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm not the only one doing it. Everybody's doing it. And secondly, while you were talking, Jimmy went through his whole notebook trying to find what show he did that song on.
I was listening.
Did you find it?
I didn't. I have 7 notebooks.
If you know, put it in the comments. we don't remember shit. This is show number 47. Wait until we get to 147.
I have one note. Only in a disco show can you have 2 Maurices talked about.
Exactly. Like I said, again, I ran that issue. Like, oh, do I talk about that song? Someone's already talked. I could not leave that song off the list. So that's my number 3. Very happy with my picks.
Love it.
My next 2 come from my home state.
Oh,
Bob Dylan did disco?
Oh,
Bob Dylan had a disco album. Bob Dylan sings your disco favorite hits. No, my number 2 was a Minneapolis group made up of Stephen Greenberg, singer Cynthia Johnson, and guitarist and future engineer, producer / composer David Z. This is Lip Sync.
yes.
Funky Town.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Dude, right when Jimmy and Dink told us we're doing disco, this is the first song that came in my head. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Didn't even think of it. Holy fuck. Wow.
When I think of disco, I immediately go to this song every time.
You're not singing it right
I
now.
could have. I'm disappointed in myself.
People heard it.
We were Jenny and I were in the car this week listening to XM. There's a free broadcast commercial for them.
Yeah.
And it came on. I'm like, Jenny, do you know this is Minneapolis band? She's like, no way.
Awesome.
Yep. Actually, Stephen Greenberg came up with the group's name as a pun on the phrase lip sync. So, because he was first known, he was a DJ and he was calling himself Lip Sync, but there was another group called Lip Sync, and then so he had changed his name to Lips Inc. Of course, this song hit number 1 on the Billboard disco charts forever. And for me, like I said before, it is the quintessential disco track. When I think of disco, and you know what? It was at a time when, they're really the biggest. I mean, Bob Dylan's huge, but Bob Dylan's disowned Minnesota. So even though Minnesotans claim Bob Dylan does not claim Minnesota in any way. So it was probably the first band I remember going, oh, they're from Minnesota, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that other guy too, but this is I mean, there's more than that one guy. Yeah. So yeah, this is great. Lip Sync number 2, Funky Town.
And Dink, I believe this was on that Star Treks compilation album.
Yeah, I think it was.
You're right.
I think it was. In fact, go back to the episode. I put the track listing, I think, on that episode too. So, yes, sir. Go ahead.
I got 2 things.
Yes.
I know Norman Greenbaum's your account, but Stephen Greenberg's mine. Secondly, do you guys remember the 80s cover?
No.
It's great for trivia. It is Pseudo Echo.
Oh, I know the name. Pseudo Echo sounds very familiar.
It was like 85-ish,
right.
very
I'd
synth.
forgotten about
like,
that.
yeah,
100%
pretty
forgotten
cool.
about that.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice,
disappointed I didn't even think of this song for disco, actually.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
It's a great
dude, there's so many disco. You know, you could have picked a Pointer Sisters. You could have picked, you know, anybody. So again,
thought I had
you
a
picked
lot
the
of
BJs.
disco.
BGs. I just said the BJs. The BGs. Sorry, guys.
Wow.
You're not the BJs. You're the BGs. I know you're all. Are they all dead?
I
They're
don't
all
know
dead.
why I kept doing that. I'm
Oh,
sorry
you
I
made me
passed
do
it
it.
on to you.
John.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
But there's so many quintessential artists. You think of disco, you think of
love
like there's
BJs
these
and the
12
BGs.
bands or 20
Both of
acts,
them
right?
equal.
It's too bad we name our shows what they actually are, because we could have called this Maurice and the BJ.
Right?
Are they all dead? They're all
The
dead now.
Beatles? No, or Bee Gees?
The Beatles. The Beagles.
Bee Gees? No.
The Beagles. Oh, oh.
It is not on Star Trek.
I frozen laughing. Fuck.
It's not on Star Trek?
It is not.
Oh, yeah.
It should have been then, goddammit.
Ugh.
All right.
God, that was funny.
So the other song I for sure knew was going to be on my list
I need to blow my nose.
because I knew it hit number 1 on the disco charts. It was on the disco charts at number 1 for 6 weeks. This song took this artist from R&B charts to the mainstream. He made controversy a part of his mystique.
I knew it was coming.
This album was the first time he used the color purple and the first time he used what you call the rebus styling of titling songs. I'm, of course, talking about Prince.
I knew you were going to have
The
it.
song is a title track, Controversy. And like I said,
really?
before you guys give me shit, number 1 on disco charts for 6 fucking weeks. So
Yeah, I know. I saw
Boom.
that. I was like, oh, that gives him an out. Fuck.
Blah, blah, fucking blah.
I thought you were going to have I Want to Be Your Lover.
I thought you might have 3 or 4, actually.
That was
I could have because this was
I was expecting a Zeppelin night, right? Like,
perfect timing, Jimmy, because my next note was it wasn't the first time you would top the disco charts. I Want to Be a Lover hit number 2.
We're doing him entirely for a show at some point.
Right. The warm up.
right.
I Want to Be Your Lover would hit number 2 before this, and Let's Work, the next single off the Controversy album, would also hit number 2, or actually number 1 on the disco charts as well. So yeah, I could have picked any one of those 3 songs. So,
Fucking
yeah, there you go.
song.
Not a bad song, though. Really, I'm
No,
sorry
God,
for giving
no.
you shit, but
Am I
fucking-
black or am I white? Am I straight or am I gay? Controversy. Back then, saying shit like that was controversy.
Yeah.
I don't know. 70s free love. I don't think anyone gave a shit.
Oh no, they did back. Yeah, dude, it was weird stuff. Yeah, remember he is the weird guy.
It was weird stuff.
He was always known as
Hey,
the
boy.
weird guy back then. You had the skinny little black dude in heels and a trench coat and underwear.
We saw him right around our neighborhood all the time
In
Yeah,
his underwear?
Sans underwear.
on a girl's 10-speed bike.
Right. Smothered in underwear.
The song was actually recorded at Prince's Kiowa Trail Home studio in Chanhassen and actually mixed at Sunset Sound in Hollywood, California.
Nice.
The song was performed mainly by Prince, with the exception of Lisa Coleman doing background vocals and Morris Day doing drums.
Not Maurice. Morris.
Not Maurice. Close.
Maurice.
God, I thought we were going to get 3 in there.
And also not related to the other 2 Maurices either.
but related to Simon LeBlanc.
Or the Taylor Non Brothers.
And all the Wilsons. Fuck.
The president wins.
That's the Big Show, people. Have a good night.
Top of my head.
Bye.
See you later. I'm glitchy.
Right. With that, go fuck yourself.
And with that, good night, everybody. Have a good time. See you later. Thank you. We're just right.
Fuck.
Oh,
This
man.
show was brought to you by the letter M.
Great pick, man.
Maurice.
Fuck.
That's
All
my
right,
four,
so I'm
guys.
sorry.
That's my top four. That's all I got for you.
Oh, great.
I'm
Great
impressed.
picks. Great picks
Probably
all
a note-
around. Fuck.
To our probably a note to our listeners / viewers. We're attempting now, if you haven't noticed with this episode, to make this show shorter.
Yes.
So we're trying to bring back not only just the shorter segments, but also a little bit more pace. Try to get back to where we were in the first couple shows and didn't talk for 3 hours. So if you notice a change, if you like to change, let us know. Do you like the shorter format? Do you like the longer format? If you're my wife, you prefer me less talking.
Oh, fuck. Mine would rather just have a mute button for me.
She's like, you have a show?
Mine would rather we don't do this because she's trying to sleep.
Man, this guy.
So for the next hour, we're going to talk about music relatives.
All right. Well, if you haven't already, go check us out on www.justrankpod.com. That's where you can see all of our socials. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and what, Jimmy?
Hit the bell like ACDC.
It was his high-pitched disco voice.
I was doing a disco voice.
That wasn't disco. That was an attempt.
I'm like, is there it in that door right there? It's it. No, you check us out on our socials. Check out the audio podcast. We're going to attempt this week. I'm going to attempt to put the music back in because we took the music out because Spotify was screaming at us because we're using copyright material. So I may not play the whole song, but I will play some of the songs in the background like we used to. I like it better that way, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If they scream at us, they might have to go away. But yeah, check out our audio podcast. And again, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Tell us what your top 4 disco songs are. Tell us my best songs are probably the best ones picked on the show, right? Probably not. Who knows? You tell us that. Again, though, my name is Joe. His name is Chris. His name is Jimmy. His name is Dink. We are Just Ranked.
Him name is Chris.
Specifically, Chris. Go fuck yourself.
I'm named Chris.
BJ's from the
Him
game.
name. Him name.
DJs and
Good name.
BGs.
Good name.
Good name.
Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Editing and mixed by Joe Burkle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.